Hi, I'm Antoy, and welcome to the Antoy Show. Our guest today is Allyn Cioban, yoga teacher and creator of Your Essential Self, or YES workshop. Hi, Allyn. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure. I'm really happy to be here.
Let's start with you telling me a little bit about yourself, like your background, training. How did this journey start?
Well, I was born in New York and moved out to California when I was about 6 years old. My parents enrolled me in gymnastics and my passion for fitness began. I was a competitive gymnast until I was 14. And as soon as I stopped gymnastics, I started teaching aerobics. And I continued teaching aerobics for about 15 years. I was a personal trainer, worked with some pretty famous bodybuilders. Sparked a fire in me to learn more how our minds affect our body, health-wise, weight-wise, fitness-wise.
Tell me a little bit about the YES workshop. YES is always a good word, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And it stands for Your Essential Self, correct?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, so several years back, I was feeling really unhappy about my body. I felt a little bit out of control. I think I was at that age that some women get to where the body begins to change and the things that you were doing before to keep yourself fit and healthy, they weren't working any longer. And I wasn't really willing to accept that it was the beginning of the end for my health and my well-being. And I began to do some research, and I ended up studying about the effect the mind has on the body. Spent a year doing some really fascinating research. And in that year, I ended up losing the 20 pounds I had gained. All of my aches and pains had gone away. And I actually felt better than I had really ever before. I had always had a pretty negative self-image, was never happy with my body. And for the first time in my life, I felt great. And I turned that into a 12-week workshop, which is Your Essential Self. And it focuses on the important part of who you are, which is your essence.
How can you use your mind to change your body?
Our brains are trained by our habits, and you basically need to build new neural pathways in your brain to support the healthier behaviors that you want to have. Most diet and exercise programs start with the diet and the exercise, and they're so difficult to do because you're doing it because you feel like you should or you have to. And my YES workshop starts with retraining the brain, building new neural pathways, new habits that will support your desire from within for health.
So the program is primarily to improve body and self-image.
I developed it essentially for people who had issues with weight and issues with self-image. But I've also had people come through the workshop who were depressed and who had other health issues that weren't weight related, who have also benefited really fantastically from the program.
So for pretty much everyone, their body and look and image is really important. Why do you feel it's so important?
You know, you always hear look good, feel good, and I honestly think feel good, look good is really the way it is. And that's what my workshop focuses on, that the more you focus on what will make you feel good, and not feel good in the moment by throwing a donut in your mouth, but what's really gonna make you feel good, a long-lasting good feeling, that's gonna make you look good.
What can someone do right now who's watching to improve their self-image?
Honestly, one of the first things that I did was I got a little journal and I started to write down everything I could think of that made me feel good. The stupidest little things I could think of. And then when you're not feeling good, open your book and start to read those things, and you'll immediately lift your spirit. And staying in that good feeling place is going to help you be able to stay focused on what your real goals are with your health and your fitness.
How do you keep that motivation going?
I really think it starts with your mind. I think once you've really trained your brain in the ways that it will then support your healthy choices, that it no longer will feel like you have to get motivated. You will just feel inspired from within to choose something good for you to eat and to choose to move your body.
How has yoga transformed your life?
Really, in so many ways. Yoga has really helped me slow down a little bit and be a calmer person. It's taught me how to breathe through challenging situations, which is so helpful because everyone has challenges in their life, and my life is certainly no different. It's changed my life in that I teach yoga at several different studios to individuals privately. I teach several groups, corporate yoga to corporations. What I call my class is Affirmation Flow. I've taken one of the many tools that I use in my workshop and I've incorporated it into my yoga class. So when I practice yoga personally, I do say affirmation statements throughout, and it just adds another level of power to the practice. And so I share that with my students, and it's really remarkable. I love the feedback I get from my students after class. Many of them have said to me, it's so nice that your yoga class is not only about the body, but you really incorporate the mind-body connection. And that's just such a rewarding thing to hear, because that's my goal.
Well, thank you so much, Allyn, for coming and sharing your passion for fitness and health and yoga.
Oh, thank you. It was such a pleasure to be here with you, Antoy.
If you like what you saw in today's show, be sure to go to mangoseedproductions.com and send us an email. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.